but I like if you'll go through it and suggest some changes, or am I missing something?
Okay. So just to introduce us, we are live. This is Mike and Faiz. Saturday, October 6th. Saturday, October 6th, yeah. On the weekend collaboration for the early birds. So we are having more fun than our millions and millions of
Yeah.
viewers. Yeah. So, yeah, so I was pairing with Matt earlier on, and then he told me that you wanted an hour pairing some hour earlier, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of those.
I
Why not?
was. So you are working on which week?
I'm on week 4, but my week 3 wasn't done so well. I'm not happy with it. Yeah. So yeah, it's week 3 that was dealing with the sessions and the
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, also I am also on week 3 for a couple of weeks. I was not able to give enough time to this. That's why I was having problem.
Yeah, I've been on week 1 to week 4 for almost the whole year.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that's the problem. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So okay, let's get started then.
Yeah, sure.
I'll share my screen with you. Can you see my screen? Can you,
Yeah, I can see your screen.
okay. So this is what I have made till now. I'll show you how it's working. I think I have covered all the cases, but if you notice any case, please let me know. So, so if all the boxes are unchecked, it is supposed that I'll show you it later. It will make sense.
Hello,
So, for
Faiz.
example, I have checked. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's. I think it's internet from my side. You're breaking a little bit. Will you just repeat?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying, let me move to another room. So I'm saying that I'll show you my application.
Yeah.
Suggest me if I have missed anything. So first I'll show you, then I'll show you my code.
Okay.
It will be okay. Uh, See, I have selected PG and R, and
Yeah.
I have clicked on. It's already. So, I have sorted the movie titles here. So it's if I click on refresh, it is showing like this.
Yeah.
Now I'll go to some say information about a particular movie. Will come back, so it will be pre-selected and sorted by movie title as suppose, right?
Yeah. And now it picks G and PG instead of G and R. Or did you
It
pick?
was GNR. Oh, I think. Let me again try it. I'll make it GNR
Yeah.
and I'll do it.
Yeah. Then more detail.
Actually, last time I just
Yeah.
selected it and I didn't apply it by clicking on refresh.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
why. It was not. So if I want to release date and then to again on some other page, I'll come back. It is like this. So I think this was and if I unchecked all the boxes, and click on this. So it says that it will remember the previous ones.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. So it's like that. I think I have covered all the cases.
Yeah.
Is it? Am I missing anything?
Yeah.
Functionality wise.
I think this basically is it. I think maybe I should show you mine. Because maybe I'm missing some of that. Yeah. PWD. Which homework was it? Let's. So CD. I'm not sharing yet, right?
Okay.
Just share. Let me just share. Hide this guy. So CD dot and ls. So it was this rotten potatoes Rails intro, right?
Yeah.
Then so I need to run this on an incognito window. Oh yeah, I think I have something else running on this. Maybe it's this guy. Oh, Docker Compose, yeah. Be issued. I do localhost requirements. Yeah, so mine, I think this is what I have. Then when I uncheck these two and refresh this and refresh, and then maybe go there and come back to movie list. Yes, it remembers, but I think what I don't have is the URI pattern up here. Like you see, when it's like when I just check here and refresh, it has this URL thing. But again, when you just check, when I go and come back, I don't have my URLs are not well formed. So I think that was the main problem with mine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I figured that to do that I was supposed to use the redirect show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in my maybe you'll show me. Yeah.
Yeah, and redirect and pass the session, I think.
Yeah, and pass the session items. Yeah, but then maybe you'll show me implementation, then I'll show you mine.
Yeah, and in the in this part 3, there was this thing. I'll highlight it. So what it is trying to say, I didn't understand. Do I have to do something? It said that there is an important corner case to keep in mind here. Though if the previous action had placed a message in the flash, to display after redirect to the movies. Means, just talking about some specific case or what?
There's an important corner case to keep in mind here, though. If the previous action had placed a message in the flash to display a redirect to movies page, your additional redirect will delete that message.
This is talking about
Yeah.
which case? I didn't understand.
I think probably I think it's just talking about us having maybe more than one redirects on the same
Okay,
function.
means maybe I didn't come up. I didn't face any kind of problem, so I didn't understand which case this is talking about. Maybe in future, if something come up, so we'll see. Okay, so I'll show you now my code.
Yeah.
So first, should I show the controller? This is first this. What is this? This is model. So I have stored my model. It's like ratings in my model. Self dot all ratings, and I am returning these ratings, right? So on movies controller, if someone hit the index page or slash movies, so it will first it will fetch all the movies from database movie, and I have taken this variable title highlight to for highlighting the title. And the same way, I have taken another variable for release date highlight, whether it should be highlighted or not. So initially, I have defined it with empty string. And what all the ratings we have, I have taken from movie.allratings, this one from here. So it is stored in all ratings. Now, when when the request comes to index page, it checks that if is there any ratings the user has checked, whether so if that's the case, it will store it in a variable rating. So I have what I have done is in the previous part 2 or some part, it has said that we should store only the keys because values are not required. You remember? Hello. Hello.
Yes. I sorry, I was on mute, so I was speaking to myself. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was saying, if you remember that in the part 2 or some part 1 or part 2, it says that we don't need to store all the hash like keys and values. Only keys is required. So for that, I have stored only
Keys. Yes.
keys.
Yeah.
So I have used this. I'll tell you why I have this. I have used this case. I'll tell you later. So ratings, it is storing all the ratings checked by the user, and then I have stored this in a session, so I can access it from our wheels or at any time, right? So
Yeah.
and then
So maybe in the if statement on line 18. So
yeah.
you're checking if there is params ratings, and
Mm-hmm.
then you create a private variable called ratings. That variable cannot be accessed from outside, right? From outside.
Yes, I think it will not be able to access from outside this definition index.
Yeah. So I think maybe we should just not have the variable, but just assign session selected ratings to params ratings dot class dot
Yeah,
cs.
I think this is use. this is not necessary, right? I can
Yeah.
have assigned this to here directly.
Yes.
See that if something is not breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything is working fine.
Yeah.
Now, after that, what I'm doing is I'm fetching all the match ratings, like movies.web rating is what are the selected ratings, and I'm storing it in movies. And then I'm checking that if there is another params order by. So if that's the case, I'm storing that in section again, order by.
Yeah.
And now here I'm checking. I don't know. Yeah. Now here I'm checking that if there is an order by uh, variable in session,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm storing order by is equals to if session or now I'm checking that if session order by is title, then this variable which I had defined here, title highlight is equals to highlight. I have assigned the class name highlight. So I can
Yeah.
use it in the index
Yeah.
as a class variable. And similarly for the order by thing, I have assigned it if that's the case. And finally, I'm returning movies dot order. If there is an order by param in the URL, so it will sort it that way.
Okay.
So now I'll show you index file. So it's simply like this was a code which was provided by uh, which was given in here. And so it's doing that all ratings is the variable which I defined here.
Yeah.
So it's iterating each rating, and this is checkbox tag. This is the thing which I'm doing is in the checkbox tags. I'm checking that this is that we provide the value as 1 if it is selected. So I'm checking that if the selected rating include this rating. So I
Mm-hmm.
will true, otherwise false. So it means that so
So
it will assign the value to the rating sizing.
yeah.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in and say that it means like it will set true, it will check true for checkboxes that have a rating
Yeah.
in the session, yeah, and false for those who don't.
So that will check that. So
Yeah.
and after that, this one, the highlight thing, I have given the class name title highlight, which
Mm-hmm.
I defined. And then link to this movies path. I have given it order by title
Mm-hmm.
and ratings session from session rating which I stored. Session selected ratings. I'm passing it here. The same thing I'm doing with release date and last I will show you on show HTML here. Back to movie list. I am using movies path order by. Again, I'm using the session order by and rating session. So from the show page, if you'll click, then it has stored session in session order by and selected ratings. That's was the case why we use session, because we will be able to go from here. Previously, what I had done in movies controller, I was not using session, so I had defined this session as selected ratings as at the rate of selected ratings. Like what variable name we say to that?
You said the variable name we give to?
What we say to these, we put at the rate this. If we put at the rate sign before any name.
Yeah, the class variables.
No, class variables has, I think, double at the rate. It's
Yeah,
like
the
this. Sorry.
instance variables.
So
Yeah.
instance variable. So previously
Later.
I was using instance variables for this selected ratings.
Yeah.
This one I was using at instance variable instead of session. So I was able to use that here also in index.html. It was available as selected instance variable. But the problem
Yeah.
arises when I went here and used that. So because it was not available in this page. So then the need of session comes. So this is how I have done it.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, I think could you just please share the code again, so that maybe we can do a little bit of refactoring.
Yeah. Which file?
Control. So the
Controller.
movies.rb the model. For this case that you're setting the all ratings here in the movies model. What happens if another model is added to the database?
If another model is added,
Another rating, for example, so we have GPG, PG-13. What if we have a PG-16 added to the database? That would mean we'll come to the model again, and and to this array we'll add another PG-16.
Yeah, I have to add here, I think, in that case.
Yeah, so I think there could be a better way of dealing with that, such that we could actually read the ratings directly from the database instead of just having it static here. For example, so that because now in your list you could even choose to have ratings that don't exist. Maybe you can have a rating of (k) or (n) or something, even if they don't exist in the database, so that if we, for example, please just add (x) or (y). Yeah. Yeah, so when we go and refresh in our page, we'll find more ratings that don't even exist in the database. Yeah, so I think a better idea will be to read this rating from the rating column in the database.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. For that, how I have to go? I am like.
Yeah. So if you are in the movies controller, we can just do a select statement where we are assigning all ratings. We can
Yes,
just
ma'am.
do movies.select or movie.where.
So
All ratings
that I need to do in model or in controller.
in the controller.
Controller.
Yeah, so you know about active is it called active record?
Yeah.
Where you can just query
Model. Yeah.
yeah, you can just query the model and get yes. So I think, yeah, what we can do is do a select statement that selects distinct, you know, the SQL select distinct command. Select distinct, yeah.
See,
So maybe we need
select this.
a select distinct for Ruby, for Rails. I mean, Rails active records.
This one, like this.
Yeah. So what's the answer?
Model dot select rating like this or this most efficient like this. Model dot distinct dot plug.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe let me just see what I used. Yeah, someone is happy right behind me. So in the movies controller.
Mike, one thing I was telling that in part two, why this is, I think from here I came to some confusion.
Yeah.
I think why I have done in the model, I have put this. I think I
Yeah.
was confused because of this. In part two, they have mentioned. I think because of this, I had some confusion.
Yeah.
Can you see this?
Yeah, so they're saying, but you have to do a bit of work to use the above code. As you can see, it expects a variable all ratings to be an enumerable collection of all possible values of a movie's rating, such as that. The controller method needs to set up this variable, and since the possible values of movie ratings are really the responsibility of the movie model, it's best if the controller sets the variable by consulting the model. Hence, you should create a class method of movie that returns an appropriate value of the collection. Ah, okay.
So I think that's why I have created the class name. But I think from instead of directly returning the array, I should write that command you were saying.
Self.rating.
So I can
I
write
don't
this
know.
select command here.
I think I also missed that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So let me try this.
But can you write that from model.distinct? Oh yeah, I think that could be the right way.
I think here it will be a movie. What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that out. Ouch.
Yeah. Think it's working. But something is breaking.
No, you didn't
No.
click refresh. You didn't
Yeah.
refresh.
Yeah. So it's working, right? So
Yeah, so actually a better solution is that it should be in the model.
yeah.
And Yeah, I think that's it. And then you're saying something?
No. I was just saying this. I will delete this. Okay.
Yeah, and again, another thing is about the instance variables. I know when you come from a Java or C# background, where we have variables declared from outside a function so that it's available all across. I think the idea of instance variables is that even if we don't declare like the title highlight there, even if we don't declare it, because that's the line 15 is actually a variable declaration, right? Yeah, even if we don't declare it from there and we use it within line 28, we should still be able to access it from outside. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, only that the moment when it has no value, it will be nil. Yeah. I think you should maybe use incognito. An incognito window, yeah. Since the session holds a lot of stuff.
Oh, it's something.
Yeah, so we have to write a check.
First, see when it is breaking. It is breaking before that. So.
Oh, it's breaking before that?
Yeah.
So
it's saying the undefined method include for nil class. So session selected ratings. Okay. So first time.
Yeah, so session selected. Yeah, so maybe you should check if session selected ratings or what can we do in that case? That's in line 19.
Yeah, I was talking about this line.
Session selected ratings equals.
So in parameter, it's not getting any rating. And for the first time, if the user is hitting on this key, so it is not going any ratings key in the parameter. That's why it's breaking. See, this code is seeing parameters ratings.
So yeah, so maybe we should use an if statement to check if params ratings exist. Yeah, but that's there.
That's what I have put it here. If params rating, then do this. Acha, so that will be happening na, if I have, so in that case, session selected ratings will be nil, right? Because the code didn't came in this line, so there is no parameter as rating, so this line didn't run, right? So what is happening? Here it is coming and saying where is breaking? Session selected ratings. This is nil. Let me see. This line is saying a session selected ratings. This is nil. So that's why nil dot include is and nil dot include is breaking. Undefined method
So
include for nil.
yeah, and session selected ratings equals. Can we have an or?
Here. Where?
Okay. So that we have something.
Yeah, I think we should have some. If we should find something with selected ratings.
Yeah.
Can I do this?
Oh, maybe we need to drop a binding the price so that we get better understanding.
Pardon?
You've used pry before, binding.pry?
I have used like bybug or debug. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why it's happening is this variable is undefined, right? This variable is undefined because there is no parameters rating coming in the params. So that's why this code is not running. So because of that, this variable is nil. This is nil. So here this line is breaking. Nil dot include. This is expecting it to be some array, right? So maybe I can do is can I do like something else?
Yeah, so maybe it's an if statement that we need to check if the session.ratings we
Okay. No. Where I can put if statement.
So if params.ratings session selected.ratings, and then after that I think so after line 21 maybe we should check if do we check if sessions.ratings, if sessions the selected rating?
Let me try this because what it will do is by first it will come and assign it with empty array, and if this code didn't run, if this will not run, then it will be remain empty array. Otherwise, if this code will run, it will define to some other array, which should work.
So we don't have anything.
It worked, but this is a problem because the first time again we don't have anything in session. Nothing is in session, so that's a problem. So
you see why you do movies equals movies where ratings is in session. I think that should also be within an if statement to check whether session selected ratings exist.
no, if this is nil, so what should we put here?
So if it's not, we don't do aware. We don't use do aware clause on the. We just select it with everything. So maybe we'll have to, yeah, maybe we'll have to select one that selects when session when session selected ratings exist, and one that doesn't.
So if we'll return all the movies, so it will be like that nothing is selected and everything is coming.
When nothing is in the session, when nothing is in the session, we'll return all the movies. When session ratings is
but that will not be correct, I think, because see, if nothing is in the session and if we return all the movies, so in that case we see here none of the checkbox is selected, but we are getting all the movies. So that should not be the case.
But by default it should come with all the checkbox selected, right?
By default it should come all the checkbox selected.
Like when you load your page, like it doesn't make sense when you load a page with nothing selected, right?
Yes.
So maybe by default we have the selected should be everything.
How to do that, I think.
So the selected ratings should be I think it should be assigned to all movies, like the movies that you returned from the model, the self dot the method that so that should be the value of that should be the value of all of selected ratings. All ratings should be the value of selected ratings when you first access the site. So if there's nothing in the session,
so what I can do,
yeah,
you're saying to put
maybe you can just remove the brackets.
I am used to JavaScript.
Yeah.
It will work, I think. Not nil will be true.
I think in that case, if you're using not, you should use unless. You know the unless statement, So unless session the selected ratings.
This one.
Yeah.
Put any statement. So unless session dot selected ratings, we will put session selected ratings to all ratings, right? And, I think now it should work.
Let's try. Still not? Maybe some buybag. See if it gets there.
Nasikia joto.
So what do you want to see?
What the hell is coming empty?
Yeah, so is there a place you're saying?
What?
Is there a place you assign it to an empty?
No, I
an
had
empty array?
commented. This I commented this.
Okay.
Nini kufanya hapa? Nini kufanya huku?
What's happening? It's not. Oh, it's not. It's not stopping.
Yeah, Faiz, you're saying something?
No, I'm saying it's not stopping on this line 21. Volleyball. Should I restart the server again? Start
That could because it doesn't get there, right? What line did
why
it stop?
it should come to this line. Line 21, at any case, it will come.
But now it's stopping on line 22, 23.
First it should stop on line.
Did you exit buyback before you refreshed?
Now it's coming. But it's not stopping on line 21, it's stopping on line 22.
Yeah, I think that's because buyback is on line 21. I think that's okay.
Stop. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So now
So-
let me check this thing.
Yeah.
It's happening. Oh, sorry,
You have
I have
to.
let me close this.
Ngoja kwanza.
Yeah.
Itatoka.
From somewhere it's assigning empty array. I don't know from where. Maybe session session and something is like it's by default empty array. Is this the case? I don't know.
Yeah. So
If that's the case, so we have to change our line here. Like this condition we have to change. If
yeah, so you can use an if and use dot empty. If session dot empty. No, just empty. Dot empty with a question mark. You know how to check the
empty array.
Yeah, empty checks whether it's either nil or it has no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this should. I don't write Ruby code very much, so I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, now it should work.
Yeah, we can try and check if it gets there.
Now it's happening.
Yeah. And then
It didn't stop, but it selected
it
all.
didn't stop.
Yeah. Should I?
Yeah, maybe you can remove the movies as well, so to make sure you're refreshing.
Let me
Yeah.
start again.
I know, right? So,
It was taking something from history. So if session undefined method empty for nil class. He's stupid or what? Sometimes he's saying empty and it was, I think, because of some history it was taking. I think this should work.
yeah.
What is happening? I don't know.
So like you do a lot of JavaScript stuff, eh?
Yeah, because nowadays, actually, I'm working as a React developer currently. It has been 1.5 year, I think. So I had worked some mostly in JavaScript. So I was working mainly. Currently, I'm working as a React developer, and before that, I was somewhat. I am familiar with Node.js also. I had worked some stuff on backend in Node.js.
Okay.
So in my current company, I was hired as a Node developer, but there was no. So they decided to go with Rails for backend, and for front end, they decided to go with React. So they had no React developer. So they asked me to work on React. So
Oh wow.
currently, I'm working on React, but it's I'm more. I don't want to mm, limit myself only on front end.
Oh
So
nice.
that's why I'm trying to learn the
Learn
back end. Also.
backend.
Mm.
Yeah. So let's see. Matt hasn't created an event yet for the
Uh,
weekend celebrations.
yeah,
How long? How long
this
do you
line is
want?
not running.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you saying? Pardon?
So if let's session dot selected ratings.
This code is not running. I think.
Okay. Just try commenting it out.
Once again, I don't know. Sometimes
Yeah.
do random stuff and see if it's great.
So where does it break?
Sometimes breaking, sometimes running. So,
So
do you have any? Why it's not stopping here? If I put this through,
yeah.
I have put this code. You see, it's now started working, but it's not stopping here. It's some kind of magic.
Yeah. So I think
Let me put.
on the first instance,
Hmm?
we don't have. If you check something,
Mm-hmm.
unless the ratings.
I can put by bug here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah. I
kind of
think Joseph
magic.
joined us.
Huh?
Joseph
It should
joined us.
run.
Hi,
Huh?
Joseph.
Hello.
Yeah.
Someone join. Let me see.
Yeah. Joseph joined.
Hi, Joseph.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So Joseph, Faiz, and I were going through this week 3 stuff. Faiz had an implementation that was working, and one thing that I think one way that he implemented that we tried to change was he had you remember the content of the week 3, right, Joseph? I think we did it together with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's this place where on the week 3, Faiz, if you could just show your the browser of the, yeah, so like here, like you see the include movies. So we needed to pass those movies included with the in the include form, the include movies, GRPG, all that, we need to get them from an instance variable, in the controller. But then Faiz had it returning just an array of those stuff, and now we decided to change it such that it now returns, it reads it from the database.
Previously
Yeah,
it was
so,
like,
yeah, it was like what he has on comment, and then we returned, we removed that and replaced with
this.
yeah. Faiz, I see Matt has created the other
Yeah.
event. I don't know
Yeah.
if you want us to continue there, so that we can all join and have everyone's input on this as well, or you'll be late somewhere.
It's fine, we can join.
Okay, sure. So Joseph, I think we'll continue with the explanation in the next event.
Fine.
Yeah.